All right, everybody, welcome to On the Real Movies. Let's talk movies. So, Superman comes out this week, and it is a huge movie. It is no doubt. This is the biggest movie of the summer, give or take a Fantastic Four first steps. But Superman is a huge movie, and not only just because of the box office potential or because of anything else regarding the matter, it's a huge movie because this is the first movie in a cinematic universe that James Gunn is building around Superman and the rest of the DC universe. Now, we've had a Superman before. We've had plenty of Superman, actually. We've had a DC universe before, but what exactly do we have to get right this time for James Gunn to successfully build this DCU in a new image? We're going to go through it right now. So, like I said before, Superman is supposed to be the first movie of a whole entire cinematic universe, really. And the DCU, we all remember what happened with the Snyder DC movies and the Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, yada yada yada. All of those are dead now. This is a completely new regime. We are starting all the way over. And personally, I couldn't be happier. We needed a clean slate, in my opinion. I feel like, those movies, they were just very convoluted, and the timeline didn't really work out, didn't really feel more like a universe that it should have. So really, this DCU reset is very much needed, right? And it starts with Superman. Superman is the foundation of James Gunn's DCU. James Gunn has confirmed that Superman 2025 is the official beginning of the new DCU. It's not a soft reboot, but it is a full restart. It's meant to establish the tone, the style, the emotional center of this new universe. So what we see in this new Superman movie, it's basically what we're gonna, it's our first impression, and people say you never get your first impression back. You can never make another first impression. There's always one first impression. This has to be a good first impression. Otherwise, nobody's going to come to go see Supergirl. Nobody's going to come to go see World's Finest. Well, hang on. We haven't seen a World's Finest announced yet, but I feel like that's where they're going. Anyway, besides the point, everything needs to go correctly for this new DCU, and it starts with Superman. From what we've seen in the trailers, I think that we can, calmly say that we are in good hands right now. But like I said, this is Superman, and this is James Gunn, his new cinematic universe, how he wants it to be, and how he thinks the fans want it to be as well. So, number one, Superman is the foundation of James Gunn's DCU, and it has to succeed on that front. Okay, next. Number two, DC's reputation is actually on the line again. Warner Brothers has rebooted and reshuffled, the DC lineup and all these DC movies before. There was a Black Superman movie that was supposed to be in production with Michael B. Jordan attached. That never got made. A Superman movie that was outside of Henry Cavill's Superman movies that was made by J.J. Abrams. That is now dead. So there were a lot of problems and just a lot of productions that really never saw the light of day. And this all has to do with not Zack Snyder. This is not his fault. He wasn't the studio head. But this all has to do with revolving studio heads going in and out, right? So we had a couple of changes of hand. There were a couple, obviously Justice League 2017 was had production issues with, Zack Snyder's daughter committing suicide, and that took some time away. And, Joss Whedon coming in too. But the real fact of the matter is fans were burnt out of what was happening with, Snyder and his movies and that timeline, really. So a brand new reset is kind of just, again, what we need. This is what we need. I think when was the last the DC movie, DCEU, the extended universe? When was the last movie? Was that Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom? Or was it The Flash? Let me know down below if you know. I'm pretty sure it was The Flash, actually. Right? I don't know. Anyway, but yes, not a lot of people loved the Snyder movies and the Snyder era, as they would call it. But the DC Extended Universe was the actual name. General audiences just didn't care about the studio drama. They just wanted a really good movie. And we didn't get that, For example, The Flash had multiple Batman multiverse cameos also. It was just like we didn't have really a direction of where we were going. Like all of that felt. Sorry, let's let that motorcycle pass. All of that really felt kind of unnecessary, right? And that ultimately kind of hurt the cinematic universe, especially Black Adam. We don't even talk about Black Adam, which honestly I thought was an okay movie. It was fine. It was a really bad script, and that kid was very annoying. But that was sort of like a chance to reset. We even had Henry Cavill's Superman appear there, and he came out and gave a whole, announcement saying that he's back as Superman, and like filming and development on a new Superman movie was starting. But we know how that went. We clearly did not get another Henry Cavill Superman after that. So, it is what it is. However, number two, DC's reputation is on the line again. And this is why Superman, James Gunn's Superman, needs to succeed this time. Number three, Superman, the character, is just one of DC's most important characters. I mean, it's not a stretch to say that Superman might be one of the most popular, if not the most popular superhero of all time. And he is clearly part of the Holy Trinity in DC. So really, you can make an argument saying that Wonder Woman and Batman have to be good as well for this whole DCU to succeed. But I think Superman being the first movie and Superman being the first biggest superhero of those three, give or take maybe a Batman, who knows? Let me know if you like Batman or Superman more in the comment section. But you have to get Superman correctly. Everything revolves around Superman in the DC universe, and whether you like it or not, if you're making movies, you make movies to make money. And Superman is a huge box office draw. So is Batman. So you have to get, at the very least, Superman right. But looking down the road, you have to get that right. I mean, look, Superman isn't just any superhero. He is like the symbol of DC. Him and Batman. He is the symbol of DC. And it's very weird because if DC can't make a modern audience care about Clark Kent, it kind of sends a message that they don't really know what they're doing. And I feel like James Gunn, being the comic book nerd that he is, we're in good hands here, right? And he clearly cares about the character. David Cornsweet clearly cares about the character. I mean, let me just pull this image up one more time. Look at him. This is just straight out of a comic book. I mean, in my opinion, it looks straight out of a comic book. But yeah, clearly James Gunn knows what he's talking about. And he cares about characters, which is what I think, Superman needs right now, especially after the Snyder movies and the Snyder character version of it. So, number three, Superman is DC's most important character. They have to get Superman right. Once you get Superman right, everything else will follow, in my opinion. All right, and our last reason why Superman needs to succeed at the box office. It needs to succeed in general. It's got to be good and it's got to make some money, but successful, right? Superman needs to be successful because the superhero market is just getting tiresome, right? And this is coming from a huge superhero fan. It's just getting super tiresome. Now, look, I actually enjoyed the Marvels a little bit. It wasn't a perfect movie by any means, but I did enjoy the Marvels, and yeah, this is one of those examples of people not really even knowing. Not a lot of people watch the Marvels. Not a lot of people even care about the Marvels. But it's not just the Marvels. We just seen the Thunderbolts make what, $300 million at the box office. Thunderbolts was an amazing movie. It didn't make a lot of money, but it was an amazing movie. Here's where I'm kind of conflicted, right? So superhero fatigue, is it real? Is it not? Who's to say? But if Superman does not succeed, this is just going to add more fuel to the argument that superhero fatigue is done. We don't want any more superhero movies, blah blah blah, right? We only care about good superhero movies. We don't want bad superhero movies. That's the number one rule. You cannot make a bad superhero movie right now, because if you make a bad superhero movie at the moment, I mean, everybody's just going to use that as kind of fodder and, back up their own argument that, people, the general audience are sick of superheroes. No, we're not sick of superheroes. Nobody's sick of superheroes. We're sick of bad movies. We're sick of, you know, for example's sake, we're sick of the Marvels. We're sick of Madam Web. We're sick of Venom. At least I am. We're sick of all of these kind of, Craven the Hunters. We're sick of these mediocre like movies that use a superhero to market their movie, right? Because let's be honest, the Sony stuff. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. But Superman has to succeed, and it has to be a good superhero movie to show audiences that, hey, superhero movies are back. I mean, I feel like superhero movies have always been here, but superhero movies to the general public, they have a bad stigma. They have a bad reputation. And I feel like if Superman is a good movie and just, brings in a lot of money, brings in a lot of attention, that, the general public can start looking at superhero movies and start to trust superhero movies again. So let's recap here. Why does Superman have to be successful? Number one, this is the first movie in James Gunn's new DCU. It has to be good. This is basically the Iron Man of the DC universe, right? It is the first movie, and it's got to lay grounds that the rest of the movies can, live upon. Okay. Number two, DC's reputation is also on the line again. I mean, after the Black Adam, the Justice League, the Flash, Snyder stuff, all that good stuff, right? Memories. But it's got to relive up to the expectations of like the Marvel movies, because the DC reputation is it's not good, and this is gonna either make or break whether or not people go back to the movies to see a DCU movie. So that is number two. Number three, DC's most important character is Superman. Whether you like it or not, whoever your favorite is, if it's Batman, if it's Wonder Woman, you're wrong. It's Superman. Now, clearly, I'm being facetious here, but Superman is the most important character. And clearly James Gunn is building his new superhero cinematic universe around him. So he's got to get his movie correct. He's got to get his movie right. He's got to get fans behind him, and want to show up to Supergirl, and want to show up to, what else do they have? The Authority and stuff like that. Like, you have to make Superman the most important character in the DC comics. You have to make him likable. You have to make him marketable. You have to make him good. You have to make the movie good. Last point. Superhero fatigue. We have to end this argument. I feel as though, I've already stated my case. Superman is very important for kind of cutting out the superhero fatigue argument. We need good superhero movies, and we need less bad superhero movies. We don't need less superhero movies in general. We just need less bad superhero movies. So those are my 4 points for why James Gunn's Superman has to be good. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I mean, this is a huge week for James Gunn. Hopefully the movie's good. I mean, the reviews have come out, so we'll see. We'll talk about that in another video, but the reviews look very good, and it's very promising. Will it do well at the box office, well enough at the box office? That is yet to be seen. Hey guys, I want to thank you for listening to me talk about movies and stuff. If you want to join the conversation, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're posting new videos every single day. All we want to do is just talk about movies and talk about the things we love, which is movies. So if you guys like the video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe down below. All right, everybody, that's my time. I appreciate you guys for sticking this long. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.